From the Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Fox 25 Primetime News at 9.
There you go. Right now, Senator Bernie Sanders and Senator Ted Cruz debating the Republican plan for tax reform. This is live right now in Washington, D.C.
Today, President Donald Trump met with the Senate Finance Committee to talk about the issue. In the meeting, the president reiterated some key components of this plan, such as increasing the child tax credit, reducing the corporate rate from 35% to 20%, and eliminating the estate tax. We will continue to keep an eye on these live pictures for you and bring you any updates.
And here in Oklahoma, we are learning more about sweeping cuts to programs across our state.
The state budget crisis will impact people who need help with mental health, drug problems, and those on Sooner Care. Lawmakers are supposed to be coming up with a plan, but 4 weeks into a special session, they haven't.
Fox 25's Jordan Lucero was live at the Capitol learning about how you can help. Jordan.
Here at the Capitol, the building is under renovation. They've been doing work, and this work has required it to be closed all week. Now, even if the Capitol were open, lawmakers wouldn't have anything to vote on because they haven't been able to reach a budget compromise. Grassroots groups, though, they say that you need to speak up and speak out about those cuts. As the executive director of Let's Fix This, Andy Moore has spent a lot of time in this building this year working to keep regular people informed and involved. As state agencies announce which programs will fall victim to state budget cuts, he says it's hard to hear, and now lawmakers need to hear from you.
I think it is kind of anxiety provoking that there's no one in the Capitol right now. You can still call, you can still email, hit him up on Twitter or Facebook, whatever you've got to do. He says he knows it can sound scary, but it's your right. Lawmakers need to hear from constituents. Charles Martin agrees. Martin works with Together OK, a budget-focused advocacy group, another one made up of regular people.
We have a lot of issues that we all care very deeply about, but the thing is, all of those issues can't happen until we get our finances in order first.
His group is organizing a non-intimidating way to demonstrate against what they're calling the budget horror show. This weekend, a fun costume trek to get involved in a zombie march to the Capitol.
We want you to come out dressed as zombies, dressed as heroes here to save the state capitol.
If lawmakers can come to an agreement during the special session, it could stop the cuts.
I'm kind of an eternal optimist. I do believe that we will be successful and that we can, maybe fix this in the end.
Whichever way you want to contact your lawmaker, we've got your back. Go to okcfox.com for a complete list of every state lawmaker's contact information for that zombie march. It's on Saturday at 2, or you can show up a little bit earlier to get zombified. All those details also on our website. Back to you.
Jordan, thank you. The Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services announced plans today to eliminate all state-funded outpatient services statewide. This is in response to the $75 million that was ripped from the agency's budget due to the overturning of a cigarette tax. The agency claims to have no other choice but to begin initiating cuts as concerns grow that lawmakers won't reach a compromise.
Beginning November 1st, we will have to announce and begin the processes of emergency rules and putting cuts into place so that they will go into place during the months of December and January unless we receive additional appropriations.
Without additional appropriations, the agency will be forced to cut all outpatient programs with the exception of medications. Acute inpatient services will still be provided. Governor Mary Fallin sent out this tweet saying the cuts announced today by the department are nothing short of devastating. We must put people over politics.
Hope you're having a real nice Wednesday, everyone. If you were out this evening, you caught a beautiful sunset, partly cloudy skies. This is from Bobby Hines. This was taken in Manco. Skies are still partly cloudy. It's a little bit breezy as we look live from the Fox 25 studios. It's nice and pleasant. Pretty darn pleasant. Temperatures right now are somewhere in the 60s. We will be cooling off into the 50s tonight. Simply cool and quiet and clear skies all the way. Winds and humidity will be increasing the next few days, and that will set the stage for a strong weekend cool front to come in. That means rain chances are high and there is a risk of severe weather. We will talk about the timing and main threats coming up in just a little bit.
Jeff, thank you. All new at 9. A small school district in Oklahoma is implementing a policy that says athletes and fans are, quote, expected to stand during the national anthem. If they don't, they could be punished. Now, the policy in Stewart, Oklahoma, also says there should be no gestures of demonstration or protest. The school board says it isn't intended to force anyone to go against their beliefs, but it asks that all stand out of respect for those who have died for the country. Students who violate the policy would be disciplined on a case-by-case basis. Well, today, National Football League Commissioner Roger Goodell says he believes players who kneel during the national anthem are not trying to disrespect the flag, but he added that the league still believes they should stand.
We believe everyone should stand for the national anthem. That's an important part of our policy. It's also an important part of our game that we all take great pride in.
Goodell spoke today after a two-day meeting of NFL team owners in New York City. He said that there would be no change in the NFL policy, which states that players should stand for the anthem, but they are not required to do so.
New at 9, right now an arrest warrant has been issued for the man police say robbed a Subway and locked employees in the freezer. Police say Efren Kristen robbed the restaurant in Bethany Saturday. Investigators say he put employees in the freezer for about 5 minutes while he robbed the register. He may be driving a white pickup truck. If you see him, call police. Tonight, Oklahoma City police are looking for the person who held Family Dollar clerks at gunpoint. It happened at the store near Southwest 59th and Santa Fe. You can see the suspect wearing a hoodie and a bandana over his face. That hoodie has a large, distinctive logo on the back. If you recognize this person, call Crime Stoppers. That number is 235-7300.
We've got your back tonight. A new law about to go into effect will change how you are allowed to drive on Oklahoma highways. There's a live look right now. This is the I-35 near the I-44 junction. Hanging out in that passing lane. If you're guilty of driving in the far left lane without passing, you could end up shelling out hundreds of dollars. Fox 25's Jennifer Falsetti joins us now live with what you need to know. Jennifer.
Yeah, Mike, starting on November 1st, it will be illegal for you to be driving in the far left lane, that is, unless you are passing. The reason behind this new law is simple. It's for public safety. But like always, there are exceptions to this rule.
You're either guilty of this or infuriated by it. Drivers in the passing lane not passing and not moving over for traffic behind them. It's not just a headache, but soon will be against the law.
What it mainly speaks to is people that just drive in the left lane continuously for miles at a time.
If you are caught taking a leisurely drive in the fast lane, it could cost you upwards of $200.
Anytime that you're in that left lane and there's another vehicle that pulls up behind you, regardless if you're going the speed limit, you have to move over and let them pass.
Here is what you need to know about the law. It will only be for state highways, turnpikes, interstates, and U.S. highways. The reason behind the law is public safety. This is to cut down on the number of drivers that are forced to pass on the right and road rage cases. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol tells us it will be up to their discretion who gets pulled over and who does not.
There's going to be situations, especially in the Oklahoma City, Tulsa area, where you have higher volumes of traffic, especially during morning rush or evening rush, where there's going to be some exceptions. And there's also exceptions when people need to exit to the left or.
And the law is also for first responders so that they have an empty lane they can travel in to get to and from their destination as quickly as possible. Again, this law takes effect 2 weeks from tonight on November 1st. Mike and Wendy.
Jennifer, thank you. Happening today, the man accused of attempting to blow up a bank in downtown Oklahoma City has been indicted. A federal grand jury indicted Jerry Vernell on one count of attempting to use an explosive device. He's accused of trying to detonate what he believed was a van loaded with explosives next to Bank First. A federal judge has ruled a competency exam be done by November 4th. A Del City foster mother is now officially booked for child abuse. Reports show 2 wooden back scratchers and blood evidence was found at Melvina Grant's home. 5 foster children, ages 4 to 9 years old, lived with her.
Now let's get to a breaking news update. Police in Maryland say the suspect in a deadly shooting spree is now in custody. In just the last 2 hours, police announced the arrest of Radee Prince. Investigators say Prince worked at Advanced Granite Solutions, where he shot 5 co-workers, killing 3 of them. He then drove to Delaware and allegedly shot a man he knew at an auto shop. Police have not released a motive. We've got your back with a consumer alert. Ford is recalling more than 1 million F-Series pickups because of a door latch issue. The faulty latch could cause the door to open while moving or cause that door to just lock up. The affected models include some of the 2015 through 2017 F-150s and some 2017 Super Duty pickups. There have been no injuries so far.
In political news, a phone conversation between President Trump and the widow of a fallen soldier turning into a war of words. The president's facing criticism tonight over his handling of the deaths of 4 U.S. servicemen. He is denying claims he made insensitive comments to the widow of slain Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, overheard by a Democratic congresswoman traveling with the family to retrieve the soldier's body.
He said to the wife, well, I guess he knew what he was getting into. How insensitive can you be?
And Trump responding on Twitter saying Democrat Congresswoman totally fabricated what I said to the wife of the soldier who died in action, and I have proof. Sad. Johnson and 3 other soldiers were killed 2 weeks ago during an ambush by 50 ISIS-affiliated fighters in Niger. And Mike, the Defense Department is now reviewing the timeline of that attack.
All right, Wendy, thank you. Hey, also in Washington today, Attorney General Jeff Sessions faced tough questions from former colleagues on Capitol Hill. The Senate Judiciary Committee wanted answers from Sessions on why President Trump fired former FBI Director James Comey. But Sessions remained tight-lipped.
I can neither assert executive privilege, nor can I disclose today the content of my confidential conversations with the president.
That committee also asked questions about the Russia investigation and executive privilege, but Sessions said his original testimonies are true on those matters. And tomorrow, Attorney General Jeff Sessions will be in Midwest City to talk to the Oklahoma Sheriff's Association. A big focus will be on criminal justice reform and the passing of State Question 780 and 781 this past November. This is not open to the public, but Fox 25 has got your back. We will be there bringing you all the details on air and online. Coming up, how city leaders are trying to convince Amazon to bring 50,000 jobs to the metro.
And a rising rate of drivers hitting deer. Fox 25 has got your back with a unique gadget that can help you avoid them.
Plus, Fox 25's Phil Cross brings you the story of 3 veterans from 3 different branches sharing an experience of a lifetime.
The Oklahoma City Thunder will tip off their 10th season here tomorrow night with a new initiative to meet the needs of all fans. I'll explain coming up.
New at 9, this is a live look at Chesapeake Arena, where the Thunder will kick off their 10th season tomorrow night. And the team says to celebrate that milestone, they're putting the focus on the fans. They want to make sure the experience at the Peak is second to none. Fox 25's Caroline Vandergriff is live there now with how the Thunder are trying to meet the needs of all the fans who attend their games. Caroline?
Well, this place will be packed tomorrow night, and fans will notice some renovations when they walk into the arena. There's also going to be new food and drink options, as well as new exclusive gear at the store. But something the team is really excited about is a new room for people with sensory processing issues like autism and PTSD. The atmosphere inside the Chesapeake Arena is electric when the Thunder hits the court. But sometimes that energy can be overwhelming for fans living with sensory processing issues like autism, PTSD, Parkinson's, or early onset dementia.
Whether it's kids or adults who might be challenged by the noise, or might be challenged by the commotion, or might be just challenged by how energetic the environment might be, there are opportunities and solutions to provide a better experience for those fans.
That's why the Thunder built a community sensory room where people can go to decompress. It's a safe haven designed to calm the senses.
So by doing this, you're really kind of embracing this community, inviting them back into the arena, into the Thunder games, and really making them feel welcome and part of the community again.
The Thunder is just the second NBA team to create this resource and the first in the Western Conference to embrace the initiative.
And it's really, really amazing, not only for the NBA at large, but also locally.
Because now more people than ever can experience a Thunder game in person. Now, fans will also be able to check out kits to mitigate sensory overload. They include things like headphones and fidget toys. The Thunder says it's all part of an effort to be more inclusive and make the fan experience better for all fans. Wendy?
Caroline, thank you. The Thunder take on the New York Knicks tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Fox 25 is working in partnership with our parent company, Sinclair Broadcast Group, to keep you informed about important health matters.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Angelica Thornton looks at when women should start getting mammograms.
If you're a woman in your 40s, chances are you're somewhat confused about mammograms. The debate has been simmering, sometimes boiling, for decades. The latest guidelines from the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force say average risk women should begin at age 50 and test every other year.
The trials and the scientific evidence show benefit really starting at 50.
Oregon Health and Sciences University professor Dr. Heidi Nelson led the review that resulted in that recommendation. Her work was featured in the New York Times.
Quite honestly, most women in their 40s who have biopsies don't have cancer.
But take a walk across OHSU's campus and Dr. Karen O, diagnostic radiology professor and director of women's imaging, has some different advice for patients.
I wish that everybody would come in at 40.
Dr. O is one of many specialists who believe earlier screenings are best.
If you want to save the most lives, so improve the mortality the most, you would screen annually from 40 to 84.
Adding to the conflicting opinions, the American Cancer Society now recommends annual screenings at 45. So if mammograms do save lives, why isn't every doctor, every medical group on the same page? It all comes down to balancing the benefits and harms.
False positives, so you get called back but you don't have cancer, or biopsies that you don't need, or anxiety that you don't necessarily want to have.
That's why doctors tell patients there is no perfect answer to the mammogram question. About 80% of women with breast cancer have no family history, and scientists don't know what causes it. Until they can figure that out, there will be no one-size-fits-all recommendation. So talk to your doctor about what's best for you.
We need you to be part of that decision to make sure your values are brought into play, to make sure no harms are done unnecessarily. It's a close call.
For Sinclair Cares, I'm Angelica Thornton reporting.
And coming up, chronic inflammation can cause a lot of discomfort every single day.
We've got your back with what you should look out for in food that could be contributing to the pain.
Tomorrow will be the warmest morning this week, right about 50 under clear skies, but it does get wetter this weekend. Who gets the most rain? All those answers and numbers on your Stormwatch 7-day at 9:33.
Midday slump got you down? The 5 ways to feel more focused and refreshed. Tomorrow morning, 5 to 9.
We've got your back tonight with a tool that could help you avoid a car crash. Fox 25 told you that Edmond police are warning drivers about deer on the road. They say in just the past week, they have had 4 accidents involving deer. Well, a Fox 25 viewer called to tell us about these things. These are deer alert whistles. This is a live look at the Amazon website. I used to have them on my car when I lived in Stillwater. They're airflow activated. They have a unique frequency, and if you tape these to your car, it will help warn deer that you are coming.
Tonight, leaders in Oklahoma City are trying to convince Amazon to bring 50,000 jobs here. OKC is one of several cities vying to house the company's second headquarters. Officials are touting the city's world-class river sport training center, lakes, and hiking trails. Tomorrow is the deadline for proposals, and a decision is expected next year.
And now to health news. Many things can cause chronic inflammation, but it may boil down to your diet. Good Day OK's Chris Stanford has your back with more.
There are a few other tricks that help you get rid of inflammation. According to MindBodyGreen.com, these are the 7 most effective strategies. Number 1, make sure you get the right nutrients. A few well-chosen supplements can provide that. Another thing, reduce your toxic exposure. Research shows that more than 80,000 chemicals are registered for use in America, and every year about 2,000 new ones are introduced, finding their way into everyday items like food, personal care products, and household cleaners. And many haven't been tested on humans. Using a doctor-designed detox program or intermittently fasting can also help. Exercising smarter could help too. Evidence shows that exercise can be more effective in reversing inflammatory conditions. Whether you're lifting heavy or doing a lot of cardio, exercise can be a powerful anti-inflammatory medicine. Sweating also helps you detox. And sleep well, because bad sleep triggers a range of inflammatory markers. Even the healthiest diet can't override bad sleep hygiene, since both sleep quality and quantity play huge roles in overall health and even weight regulation. Chronic inflammation contributes to every disease on the planet, but the right anti-inflammatory plan that combines diet with crucial lifestyle modifications can help you feel better, lose weight, and live longer. I'm Chris Stanford, Fox 25's Good Day OK.
Coming up, the trip of a lifetime for Oklahoma veterans, but it benefits more than just local heroes.
How volunteers who help put on the trip say the honor flight also leaves a lasting impact on them.